In today's episode, we look and hey, 18 kilometers left. We continue to walk, and guess what? It was raining again. The mayor's had an umbrella, but being a gentleman, I let her keep it. We walked and walked, but there's nothing open. We walked through a dark tunnel, but then it was decision time. To the right to walk through the forest, or to the left to stay on the road. Further down the road, we stopped to have breakfast. We reached Monte de Gozo, and finally, our first look at Santiago. We learned about the local folklore, we reached the cathedral, and finally we get our Compostela. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to our channel as we continue here on BDE Travels and Camino de Santiago.
Good morning, folks from BDE Travels. We are in our last day.
Finally.
Incredible. It's been a journey, definitely a journey. And we're just ending up today in Santiago de Compostela. It's a rainy day. Everything is wet.
And it's chilly.
It's chilly. It's around, I don't know, 50 degrees right now. And I guess that we're the only ones in the path right now. We're still under the pandemic, unfortunately. So that's why we still got to wear this stuff every time we go to town. And now things are very restrictive. Nevertheless, finally, the last day. And I don't know how many days. It's been 34, 35 days.
I stopped counting.
So there we go. We're just going to enjoy our last day. 20 kilometers, I believe it is. So here we go. There's a tip I'm going to give you. For some reason, sometimes you might need to take a taxi because you might not find an albergue nearby, and you have to go to the next town or stay in the town before. If you do end up taking a taxi, if you take it before 8 a.m., they're going to give you one rate. If you take it after 8 a.m., they give you another rate. They have a rate for tourists, and they have a rate for locals. Usually you'll see it on the mirror. It has numbers from 1 through 5. 5 is the most expensive one, and it's usually reserved for tourists. 4, it's tourists, but after 8 a.m. So usually between 1 and 2, it's if you're within the city. So they have it coded. Usually the taxis will have a card specifying this, but just be careful. Well, as you all know, as you're walking through the Camino de Santiago, there's always a message. So people leave messages behind. So as you can see in the stone, people just wrote, El Camino, it's always the same thing. And in a sense, it is always the same thing. You wake up in the morning, you walk, you talk to people, you eat, and you get to your albergue as soon as you can. And that's pretty much it, Nevertheless, throughout the day, there are things that happen that makes the experience even better. So now it's raining, and oh boy, this is actually the second day that we've had rain. I remember the first day we had rain. We were going into was it Sarria, and now the last day it's a wet day. So stay with us. Not only is it Sunday, but now due to the pandemic, many of the cafeterias, pensiones, albergues, they're all closed, such as this one. And, it's sad. Previous years, everything was full. And usually you can find these machines. Look at that. Even the machines are empty. Yeah. So here we go. I guess we're going to go to the other side. Here's the tunnel. Interesting. I love the tunnels. Let's see if this one has any messages on it. We got 16 kilometers to go. There is seco. Well, I hope the wind doesn't catch up because right now I don't have the thingamajiggy.
What's that?
The doohickey. How do you call it? Thingamajiggy, doohickey for the wind. So, you know, I apologize for the wind if you can hear it. Now,
okay.
that part back there, be careful because it looks like you're actually going to go over the bridge, but you're not. You're going to make a left and stay paralleling the road. And right now we're very close to the airport in Santiago. So just be careful when you get to that part. The dead cat.
Ah, the dead cat.
Okay, here's the correction. Alright, just because there are no animals that are being harmed in this movie. Because the Amaris just mentioned a cat. It's called a dead cat, which is that doohickey thing that you use to protect the mic so the wind doesn't go in there. It's called a dead cat, but no animals are being harmed in this movie.
In this video.
All right, yeah, okay, yes, yeah. All right, the things I have to put up in the Camino de Santiago. Stay with us. Wait for me! Sampaio. Buenos días. Well, there's a bifurcation. There's one that takes you around the airport there, and there's another one going uphill. We're just crossing now the town of Sampaio, and they have a very interesting church. I don't have much information about that, but they have a bus stop in there, and right now we're looking at the marker. 12 kilometers to go. But folks, once again, I hope the wind doesn't mess up the recording. But we're reaching the town of Lavacoya, and just a rural neighborhood. Nothing much to see. We're past the airport, and right now we're about 10.5 kilometers to go. Almost there. Almost there.
Yeah.
Well, we just finished talking with one of the locals. And you know, once you get to Galicia, you're gonna see these constructions.
It's like small little houses.
Right, and they have like a stone, and it actually doesn't allow the rats to go and get the corn. So he's telling me that they put the corn in there, and that thing is called an Oreo, like the cookie.
Yeah, it's for the corn not to dry out also.
So, no, actually they put it in there to dry out.
To dry out.
So interesting. But you'll see a lot of those when you get to Galicia. And right now we're just crossing the town of Lavacoya. And interesting. Another day in the Camino, another interesting thing to do. Folks, when you get to this point, be very careful because you're crossing the road and cars are coming on both directions. So this is at the end of the town of La Vacoya, and from here we have to go that way to Villa Mayor. There's a walkway here, and the good thing that in Spain people do respect the pathways for the walkways for pedestrians. So this pedestrian crossing, usually people will stop. So anyway, but be very, very, very careful. All right, now we have a dilemma. We can either go to the right or go to the left. I'm gonna check the map and see the route. What do we see, one or the other?
Oh, this one looks paved and this one's unpaved.
Okay, flip a coin.
Well, it's wet, so let's go through the paved.
No, but I wanna see it. We'll see.
Eso es lo que estamos pensando.
Well, folks, if you take the left back there, what you're doing is a complimentary route. If you go to the right, you take the regular route. Mm-hmm. But as someone just mentioned now, if you're in this route, this is the route you were supposed to take. So hopefully you'll get to see it with us. There are two bikers here, so let's take a look. Well, folks, we were walking and someone said that there was a cafeteria about 1 kilometer. It's been like 2.5 and we still haven't found the place. So I don't know how they measure kilometers in here, but we can see now they have like a camping area. So what do you think?
Well, it says a camping pilgrim, what does it say?
San Marco.
San Marco. So hopefully we'll have something there to eat breakfast.
Because it's
already
Sunday.
11 in the morning.
Oh, wow.
And we're fasting.
Stay with us. Well, folks, we just up here to eat breakfast. Had a croissant and the man just had a scrambled eggs. And the only place that's open is Sunday, so you won't find a lot of things open, especially with the pandemic. We were talking with two local pilgrims. They're from Santiago, and they're mentioning that the Botafumeiro this year, they're not doing it every day. And usually when it's that Jacobean year, they do it every single day. But this time they're not, because of the pandemic. However, they did mention something that you can do a guided tour inside the cathedral called the Portico de la Gloria, or the Glory Portico. You do the reservation online and they give you a guided tour about the history of the cathedral. So that's something that we're going to take a look at, and hopefully it'll be better. All right? Stay with us and enjoy. So there's still the wind going, so folks, we just finished eating breakfast. We're starting again. Now with a little bit more energy. But the wind, it's blowing. Well, folks, one interesting thing that is that even with the pandemic, we're still watching pilgrims coming over. The last report I saw was 56 pilgrims crossed Santiago de Compostela, and right now we went by a couple of them. There's 3 behind us. There's the bells of the church, usually announcing that the mass is starting or it's about to start. So enjoy. We are almost done here in the Camino de Santiago. Well, folks, I'm reaching the highest point in Montenegoso. Behind me is Santiago de Compostela and the cathedral. Oh, we're only about 3 kilometers to go. Amazing day. Stay with us here on BDE Travels. Well, folks, as you come down from Monte de Gozo, they got this place. It has a laundry and also has some, it's like an albergue slash restaurant slash tourist area. So it looks very nice. So I guess, you know, if you want to stay just around 4 kilometers before Santiago, this is a place to be.
And they have a lot of variety in foods.
So that's good. It's a good thing. All right, we're only 4 kilometers. We're almost there.
Almost.
Well, that is very, very interesting.
You put letters in it. An eye, teeth.
Oh, it's a cyclops. Interesting. They have a cyclops, plus they have a shoe. I think that's a turtle and a man made out of rock. Very, very interesting. All right, we're 4.1 kilometers from Santiago. We can see the city now.
We're almost there.
We're almost there. The wind is blowing. Well, folks, the last 3 kilometers, what you're gonna see is just a big town, a whole bunch of bars, a lot of cars, a lot of noise. It's not the most favorable thing for pilgrims, but the best thing is that you know you're only 3 kilometers away. But pretty much the rest of the way it's like this until you get to the old town or the Casco Viejo, and then you get to see the cathedral. The end of the Camino de Santiago, or the beginning, if you might think about it that way. Well, folks, me better to the old town. Very tired. Very, very tired. Whew. So we're just in the last steps, about to get to the Plaza Obradoiro, and then we'll finish up. Finally.
Yay!
We made it.
We made it.
We made it. Finally, we're at the Plaza Obradoiro. So, they've been under construction lately, but we'll see. This is the place. Oh, wow. Whew, there it is. There it is. We made it. Well, folks, I don't know if it's going to be the same for you guys, but I've just been informed that now in order to get your credentials to get the Compostela, you're supposed to go behind the Hotel Tres Reyes, which is the one to the left of Plaza Obradoiro. And I guess there's a couple of stairs you go down and around the corner, and I think that's where the office is. So hopefully we'll make it there, and we'll see. We're just going to walk in that direction. So as you're coming down the Three Kings Hotel, you come down that road, and then you come down this way. And at the end there on the left, the white building with the orange roof, that's where you get the Compostela. And you finalize, put an end to this, put the stamp in. That'll be the beginning of the rest. Gracias. Well, folks, there's a QR code that you have to download, and then you put all the information in there. Or if you don't have a means for that, then you can write down the information. You come over here, you do the line, they'll call you, and then they'll set you up to get you the Compostela and their certificate of distance. The certificate of distance is €3 for that. They fill up with the information, you come through here, And right now, since there's hardly anybody in here, usually this is about a 3-hour line, but we only took like not even 5 minutes. So here you get the Compostela, get it sealed, and then you're done. What was your experience?
Very nice. From 2018.
It's been a long time. Well, folks, now that you get here, there's a mix of emotions when you look at the cathedral. It's beautiful, and it's been under construction for the last couple of years. But now that you're here, it's like a completion. There's a chapter completed in your life. But now it's a matter of asking, what now? Don't stop, keep going. This is just one step in the ladder of your life. It's been inspiring. I really hope that all of you guys have enjoyed a series here with BDE Travels. The girls were not with us at this time, so only my wife and I got to this point. We might bring them later so they can have the experience of coming into Plaza Obradoiro and taking a look at everything. So once again, thank you for joining us on our Camino de Santiago. It's been a real challenge and experience. So we do appreciate all of you who have subscribed to the channel. And this is the first adventure that we're doing. We're going to have many more. We got Disney coming up. We're going to be flying to Puerto Rico. We're going to be doing other Caminos later on. So we finished right under the pandemic. We're in the middle of the pandemic. Nevertheless, we made it. We made it. So in a sense, you guys made it with us also. So thank you for being us here at BDE Travels. We hope to see you once again on another trip with us here. We made it.